Um, so we just follow the standard agenda here at Chet, of course. First of all, talk about what we've been doing over the past 2 weeks. Now, it's been a little slow, as you can imagine, with the holidays and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact we've only got half the team on this call, in fact, says that the holidays linger for some people. So we'll go over that, and then we'll go over any questions that we may have. I have at least one question for you, having to do with rejection. Then we'll talk about any questions you might have, and then talk about what we'll be working on this week and next week.
Okay.
All right, so in terms of what we've been doing over the last 2 weeks since we last talked on Friday the 18th, we did complete the process for adding a new agency person. I don't know if you remember, Chet, but 2 weeks ago I showed you the process for an agency administrator to go in and invite another person in the agency to become a user of Pets.
Okay.
And an email goes out to that person. There's a link on it. The user clicks on that link, so-called account confirmation link. That directs them to a page on Pets. It also confirms their account. It logs them in automatically, and it dumps into what I'm calling the agency landing page, where all agency people, once they log in, will go. We haven't built that yet, but it would be everything they need to know about the agency, tasks they need to do, that kind of thing. So that was shown to you while it was still in development 2 weeks ago. Now it's been delivered and it's in the code base, that particular process. We also demonstrated 2 weeks ago well, I'll get to that in a minute, actually. Before I get to that, the other one we completed was the so-called restructuring of the job seeker to agency person relationship, if you will. We'd originally modeled that, Chet, where you could have a one-to-one relationship between a job seeker and one agency person, and an agency person could have a one-to-one relationship with a job seeker. And we realized that was insufficient because an agency person could be, say, a case manager to one job seeker and a job developer to a second job seeker. A job seeker could have one job developer in the agency and another case manager in the same agency who's a different person. So it's kind of a many-to-many relationship.
Yes.
So we had to restructure that, so had to change quite a few places in the code actually to reflect that. But it's kind of like, a little bit of changing a major part underneath the hood. But that's done and that's delivered. In addition to that, other stories being worked on during the sprint. We've been working on the company registration piece. I think we saw a video having to do with that 2 weeks ago. Still building code on that. I can show you something today. It's still a work in progress, as you'll see, but it's been underway. Also, I've been working on the company registration and acceptance process. This is where a company registers a request to be a partner with the agency, and then we go through. You guys do a vetting process, and you decide yes or no. And if you decide yes, then there's an acceptance process, and I'll actually have a demo of that. I'll show you what that looks like. And in the agenda that I sent you in the email, there's a description of the actions associated with that. The actions being registering a company as interested in being a partner, and the other one is what happens once the review is complete and you decide to accept that company. So I'm not going to go over this in detail. There's some words here describing how it's supposed to work, and you'll see that in the demo. And then lastly, Vijaya last 2 weeks ago showed you a preliminary demo of the job seeker registration. She's been continuing to work away at that and making good progress. Vijaya, any comments on that other than what I just said?
Yeah, almost finished the job seeker. I add the status functionality for that one. Job seeker looking for employment, is unemployment, or not looking for those status, and show page we add buttons, edit and delete button. No functionality for that.
Okay, good, great. All right. So Chad, before I get to any questions for you, let me just show you a quick demo of what this whole company registration and acceptance process is all about. So I'm going to dismiss that window and bring up the pet system here. I'm going to put my email in the background because, again, there's a back and forth and a workflow associated with this chat, and there's some emails that are important to this process as well. So anyway, I'm somebody who's not associated with MetPlus, so I can come to your site because I've heard good things about the agency, and I think I might want to get involved. we need to put some verbiage here describing who you are and why one would want to become your partner. But anyway, let's say that I decided to want to become a partner, so I'll click on this link or something that says, please register your interest in becoming a partner. I get this form where it asks me for, a bunch of information regarding my company that is going to be used to help you review whether you want to become a partner or not. So let me just type in some nonsense here real quickly. I had this filled out beforehand. I apologize. I don't think description is required, but I'll just put some stuff in here. My own name as a contact. Doesn't have, obviously this would be somebody associated with that company, who works at the company. And here I would put my personal, so the idea is this is the company I'm associated with. We're requesting to be a partner of MetPlus. The company contact who will coordinate, that we'll coordinate with, is listed here. So I put my name, my email, etc. I'm an employee of this company, presumably. So let me just type in my personal email here, so it'll go to my email account, and then I will, oops, let me type in the password, and obviously this form here is not very pretty. It's not production ready. It's just, we just threw these fields up there so we could capture data and test the workflow. It'll be much prettier. We'll also have title. We thought, senior HR manager, whatever, might make sense for somebody under the title, help you understand who you're dealing with. So I'll hit the submit button here, and hopefully this thing works. We'll see. So I need a more informative message here other than success. But you can see here, it says, thank you for requesting to become a partner. We'll review your registration request as soon as possible. We also sent you an email with more information, the subject pending approval. So you saw in the email over here, my MetPlus folder, I've got this email pending approval. It says, hello, Pat Bolger. We grabbed the name, obviously, from the form. This message is from the administrator of the pets for the agency MetPlus. Thank you for registering your company name in the PETS system. We'll review your registration request. When it's approved, you'll receive notification. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, just click on this link. This is the PETS administrator link. So, I could say something like, made a mistake in my email address. Please change to ... right, whatever it might be.
Okay.
So anyway, that's the first email. So that's it. Now I'm done because I'm waiting to hear from the agency. In the meantime, I'm an agency admin, and I've gotten a notification that there's a pending registration request from a company. So I'm going to go and I'm going to log in as an admin. So I'll choose my admin account here. So now I've logged in as admin. I know I've logged in as admin because I have this admin button here, as we've seen before. I'll click on that. And you've seen this stuff before. I can edit information associated with the agency. I've also added this now. So all the companies associated with the agency are listed here. So there's only one so far, which is this ABC one that I just started. And the status is shown as pending. So that tells me I've got to do something. I've got to say, yes, you're approved, or we're not going to do anything in that case. So I click on the link that the name presents, and I see the company registration here. Again, this is an ugly screen. We're going to clean this up, but we've got the functionality embedded in these buttons that we're trying to build right now. Status is pending. I can approve the registration. So if I click approve, I'll talk about what happens in a minute. I could also, based upon maybe contact with the company contact, they call me and say, hey, I got something wrong in my registration. I could say, well, why don't you just re-register, start over, or I could say, what do you want me to change? And I could click on this button and change information that they already entered. I won't show that now. I'll talk about the delete registration in a minute. But let's say, I walk over and I talk to you, Chet, and you say, yeah, I know these guys. Let's approve it. So I go back here and I click, OK, approve registration. So click that button and the system's doing its thing. And it says company contact has been notified of the approval. And then in my email, now I'm back here, I'm the company contact, and in my email I see email number 1, which is registration approved. And it says, hello, Pat, this is me, admin again. You've been approved. And it says there's some verbiage here that I can, well, basically this verbiage says, you'll also see another email called confirmation instructions, which allows you to confirm your account. Now you have a personal account that you can use in Pets. That's great. It also goes into what it means to be a company administrator. Company administrator has the ability to modify information associated with the company, like name, address, all that good stuff. Also, the company administrator has the ability to invite other members or employees of that company to become users in Pets as well. Again, the model is the company administrator invites, say, HR people to become users in Pets so that they can create and manage jobs. And then, there must be one company administrator, one administrator for a company. There could be more than one. So just let the person know you can't delete yourself, or you can't remove your role as company administrator, because we need at least one. Okay. So you got to assign somebody else to be in that role if you want to get out of that. And again, there's a link here. If you're confused by anything, you just click the link and you send an email to the Pets administrator. So that's email number 1 that we sent out when the approval happens. The other one is this email, which you've seen before, which is basically, click here to confirm your account. Mm-hmm. And what happens there is that the account is confirmed in the system. They're automatically logged in, and then they would be dumped into what we would call the company landing page, which is a company-specific page with information regarding that company, mm-hmm. Actions available to them, like invite other company people to become users of Pets, create jobs, all that stuff, all of which we haven't built yet. So that's basically how it works. So at this point, if I go back to admin, I see ABC company is there, but now the status is active. So they've gone from pending to active because we accepted their request. Mm-hmm. So, and then at this point, I don't see their company registration anymore. If I clicked on their name, which I did, I would just go to something that shows me everything I need to know about that company. And you can see we haven't built it yet, so I just have a placeholder here. So that's essentially it. So, yeah, go ahead.
Now, I guess it's something, maybe I missed it. During the reviewing of the registration for the company, mm-hmm. I did the EIN in order for, say, a Pets administrator to verify that they're actually a company. Was that on there as well, the EIN? I know I see the name, the street.
Yeah, right here. I went through it really quickly. Yep. Okay. And if they entered in clerk format, we're going to kick it back and say it's not correct. Like say, okay. let me actually try to do that right now. I have to give it a unique email address. Let me, here, bear with me. Let me just get this. So I have to type that darn thing again. I have to have a password, so I have to cut and paste it. So you see, I didn't enter enough digits in the EIN space, so it tells me EIN incorrect. So we absolutely do require that, absolutely. In fact, let me try and do this again. Let me call this XYZ company. So then I'll fix that, and I will re-enter the password, which I've got to do. Submit. And there we go. So, and there's the next pending approval, because I just went in with a different company, using my same email address, but a different company. So let me go back to look at this guy. So in companies, I've got one active, and I've got this new pending one, XYZ. Now, this is the crux of the question, Chet, which is right now, if you decline to accept a registration, the only tool we have right now is you can just delete the registration altogether, which means the company's deleted, the company contact's deleted, we forget about the company, and that's it. So the key question for us is, and I think it's got written here, is that okay, or do you want us to send a Dear John letter, if you will, to the requester?
More of a Dear John letter because, like you said, it can be they could have accidentally put in the wrong information and they didn't know. Like, why wasn't I approved? You know, so I guess it's always good to be kind to people.
Yeah. Okay.
So we appreciate it, but the question is, should we put in there why we you know, declined them, or because it, like something was entered wrong, or you know, should we do something like that, or should it just be a broad
Yeah.
main message?
Yeah, so we could just send a stock response, in other words, saying at this point, at this time, we're not able to approve your request. If you have any comments or concerns, please, you know, reply to the PETS admin, pleading your case. Or we could open a little form where you would, the admin would type in the reason for the rejection, and that would be included in the email sent to the requester. What do you? Mm-hmm.
That might be good because now you said if they put in the EIN incorrectly, they couldn't send it at all, correct? It turned red and then it stopped them from requesting partnership.
Absolutely, yeah.
With pretty much anything.
Okay. Yeah, we pretty much filter everything to make sure it's at least the same format. Now they could put the EIN in with the correct number of digits, but transpose 2 digits and it could be incorrect. There's definitely that. So one of the ideas is that, you know, if that's happening, then the admin would go in and see the contact email and would send an email to that person. Hey, you know, you said that you were associated with XYZ company, but we can't find XYZ company associated with the EIN that you entered. Could you please confirm it with a reply back to me, what your EIN is for your company? Yes. That kind of thing could occur too.
Well, that makes sense. You said maybe a stock message while putting, you said like a form or a space where you can actually enter something in there.
Okay. Okay. So conceptually, then it may change. The design may change, but maybe there'll be another button here. It would be red, called decline. Reject registration. You click on that. You'll go to a little form where you can enter why you rejected it. And it'll be clear, it'll state on the form that whatever you type in here will be visible to the requesting company. In other words, don't put something down there you don't want the company to see.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'll add that to the list. So we'll do that then. And that would have closed that process then. Great. Okay. I think that's about it. And delete, of course. If you do decide you just want to delete, you would, again, anytime you want to do something that deletes data, we also pop up a confirmation dialog box.
Right, it's always great.
Yeah. All right, good. So I will update this to reflect that, and we'll add that to the queue.
Okay.
All right, great, Chad. So I think that's the end of the show and tell. Any questions at this point, Chet, or any concerns, or?
No, everything is looking good. Like I said, every time I have a meeting with you guys, you know, you're thought provoking. So it's always something topping previous 2 weeks, right?
Okay, thank you. We're not going as fast as we want, but because there's not a lot of us right now. And we're also learning, as you know, but we're making more progress each week. So that's the key thing. Every 2 weeks we want to show you additional software. That's the goal. If we don't have anything over the past 2 weeks, you know, that's where we feel really bad. The idea is we got to keep progressing the software.
So this about 2 of y'all now, or what is it? Everybody's pretty much busy.
Well, he was on vacation till I think Wednesday. I'm not sure where Salim is, and I think Amy's got some technical issues. I think she lost internet access in
Okay.
San Francisco of all places somehow. But anyway, so she's been AWOL, I guess is the way to put it. But anyway, we'll get the band back together and get rolling now that the holidays are over.
All right.
Okay, good. So just a real quick look ahead. We're going to continue to go through the process of accepting, and I'm going to add the rejection piece as well. So we're going to complete that, put it in the code base. Vijaya will be able to, I believe, Vijaya, I'm speaking for you here, but I think you can complete the job seeker registration and put that into the code base as well. Through through what we call a pull request. That means pull my development code into the production code base. Yeah. And then once we have a company that's been accepted and the company has a company administrator, just like a agency administrator, that company administrator can now invite other people in the same company to become users of pets. So we will actually start that whole company person invite and accept. And it will look very much like the agency person invited accept. It's just the same code. We'll just extend it to accommodate company people as well. And so that's about it right now. If we get ambitious and we get lucky in some of this, maybe we have a few other things to show you as well. But those are the key thrusts right now for us.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, it's looking real good right now. So I'm very impressed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, we'll keep pushing ahead, and hopefully we can do the same thing 2 weeks from now. So I guess we just should confirm that 2 weeks from last Friday is when we should meet again. Is that good?
So back to the normal schedule, Friday, 5:30?
I would think so, yeah, why not? So that would be the 15th, I guess? Friday the 15th?
That's fine with me. That's fine with you guys.
Okay, good. All right, we'll book it for then. If something changes, we'll send email, but we'll talk again then.
All right. Any other questions for me?
No, I think that's it from me.
All right.
Good.
Thank you, Vijaya. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Patrick, I want to see your email. I got a question. Maybe you can connect me with another person as far as with developing software or something like that. Because I have a donation, what do you call it? A donation program. So I donate a lot of stuff. So I devise another software because I get a lot of products, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can, one of you guys can introduce me to somebody else here on Agile Ventures, and they can take over that part.
What's the project you have in mind?
Well, basically, say for instance, I might get a couple 100,000 worth of products a month.
Mm-hmm.
When I wanted inventory, one part is inventory where we input everything that we pick up, and the other part is people who are pre-approved to receive it. You know, so like low income, the youth, the ill, veterans. You know, they have to be veterans. The status have to be what do you call, not AWOL. What do you call it? So basically, they can put in there a request, something that they're looking for.
Uh-huh.
And if I put, say, if they want a refrigerator, if I put a refrigerator inside the system, it'll automatically match up with them. Send a message to them like, hey, you can come pick it up. You know, something like that. This makes it easier because right now I'm a little unorganized with this, and I'm doing a lot. I have a lot of things going on. That way, because I'm helping people with home improvement or just helping them regardless anything with their house or just so yeah, household electronics, it doesn't matter. So definitely need something a little bit more organized. So if you guys, I created an account on here, Agile Ventures, but I didn't put anything with it because I don't know one thing about starting anything. So if you guys know somebody that may be willing to take over that, that'd be awesome.
So you create an account. Is there a place where you could actually put a description of the system you want built? I haven't looked at it in a while. But.
Well, no, I haven't put a description in there yet because of course, Joel, he's the one who created this one for me.
Yep.
Well, I just created what you call just signed up for it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I didn't put any description in there yet because I wanted to talk to one of you guys first.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay. All right. Well, let me talk about that with the team and see what we can come up with.
Okay.
Yeah. So it sounds like a fairly straightforward system that you want. You just want to match incoming inventory to needs of
Right.
people that you might distribute it to.
Yeah, it makes it easier for me instead of me trying to run around and call everybody or, oh yeah, they wanted this, they wanted the new living room set or that like that, and it just makes it a lot smoother.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I get more contracts, say if I can get contracts to where you live in your state or where you're living, FJ, so basically when I get these contracts and I can distribute these contracts to other nonprofits. So once they get these contracts through us, they can also use the software to better manage everything. So, yeah, you can just call me if you want to, or if you guys find out anybody else in Agile Ventures willing to take over, because I don't never want to put too much on anybody. And
Yeah, it would have to be another team, of course. We've got our hands full with this current team.
yes,
Okay, well let me take that and see what we can do. See if we can come up with something.
I appreciate that.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Anything else to chat?
Nope. So I guess I'll see you guys on the 15th, Friday.
The 15th. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right. You have
All
a
right.
good.
All right. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. Take care. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye now.